I've had a lot of requests on how my true blue lavender fared the winter here in zone 4 up by Minneapolis. It was very cold. We did get it to a true 25 below. So my fear is that it probably did not survive. I've taken a look at it and I'm going to take you in for a closer look, and we're going to take a look at the bird bath behind me, which is where I have it planted, and see if we can find any signs of life, and then I'm going to do a little pruning. Stay tuned. We'll do that right now. So first, let's take a peek at this garden and see what I've got in here. My spring blooms are starting to come up, and what I have in here for blooms right now are some Siberian squill, which you can see right there, which is kind of nice. And then I have some white daffodils dotted around in here. Then I have this bird bath that I got at Menards. I do not recommend it. It's plastic, and it's poorly made. Probably out of China, I don't know. It looks terrible. It's peeling paint. You know, you get what you pay for, but I wanted something that looked like this. If I could cast it in stone, I would. But for right now, that's what I could afford. On the outside, it looks good enough for right now, and I'll have my husband piece things back together to get it to work. But yeah, it kind of broke in the connecting points and created a problem. You see a lot of people that have bird baths, and it seems like they always retire them into being planters. So let me know in the comments, do you have a bird bath? What kind do you have, and are you using it as a bird bath or a planter? It'd be nice to know that I'm not the only one. So the task at hand is to look at this lavender, and right now I'm looking for any signs of green that's not a weed. So let's trim away. Move the basket out of, I got a basket here with me, and I brought a pruner. I was looking for my lopper, but I couldn't find it. So I am just going to take this down where I could see everything is dry. I'm just going to prune away here and see if I can find anything. It looks like I might see a little green, which is pretty darn exciting. Because like I said, we got down to 25 below, and that true blue lavender looked more like a zone 5 plant, and I'm very much in zone 4. Trim, trim. Prune away. See if I can get to the bottom of this. I'm trying to take this shot and not have the camera in there, but if you see down in here, looky there. Woohoo! That is lavender, I believe. And if I take a little piece of it, and then if I give it a smell, crush it, it's like, it is. It survived. I can hardly believe it. True blue lavender. So it made it, for those of you that have been waiting for that update. So I'll try to put some video in here to show what this looked like at the end of the year. And the one thing really great about that lavender is it bloomed all year long. So that was pretty amazing. So I'm in really early May. So I typically don't see lavender come back up where I could tell if it's alive until maybe June 1st almost. So I'm only in like the 10th of May. Not even, maybe the 7th. It's only the 7th of May, I think, today. So that's pretty amazing. And you could see how tall it got and see how much I trimmed it back. So if I try to give you the perspective, you could see this is about 4 inches tall. And that's almost, and the plant in the background is almost a foot tall. So this is how far I pruned this back. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do that. Which isn't uncommon when you live in a cold climate. Sometimes plants that are at the edge of the zone will die back to the ground and then come back from the ground. But this is definitely growing from the stem. Another reason why I don't like cutting things off in the fall, because I think that having the foliage up allows the snow somewhere to grab, and it helps to protect the plant throughout the winter. You can also see there's some leaf debris in there, and that I think helps to protect the plant, anything to do to insulate it. So I would say this was a success. All I got to do is clean the rest of the bed up. Well, how exciting. Hopefully it's helpful for people that are looking for another type of lavender to grow in zone 4, which is a really hard zone to grow in. So here's what I learned. I can grow the super blue lavender in zone 4, and it can survive a -25 winter. We did not have very much snow cover at all, so that's pretty amazing. I didn't do anything, as you saw. They were just out in the open. I think I've learned a couple of things. Don't prune the lavender till spring so that it can gather leaves or snow or whatever to help protect it. Wait until mid-May, although I'm a little bit early, which I've always kind of known. But for other gardeners out there that are zone 4, my hint to new gardeners, especially those in zone 4, wait until at least June 1st before you decide something is dead. Make sure that, you give it its fair share. Sometimes things are slow to emerge. Lavender in zone 4 is very slow to emerge. Always, always for me. It's kind of like, I was going to try to relate it to, I've got a sugar maple tree in the yard. I was going to try to relate it to when the sugar maple is fully leafed out to check the lavender. And that might be a good indicator for other people. So I suggest that would be a good rule of thumb for folks. If your sugar maple is fully leafed out, at that time you should be able to check and see if your lavender has survived, or a different type of tree in your zone. There's been a lot of concern around when to and how deep to prune a lavender. And I think that's if you're going to take a shear in there, you could get too far down into the woody structure. However, if you take a hands-on approach and you snap it by hand, you're going to sure not to go too deep because you're only breaking up what's truly dead. So I think that's a good helpful hint for people too. Lavender is a very loved plant, so let us know in the comments which type of lavender you're growing and in which zone you're in. If this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share this content with others. Also, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our other great videos. If you like how-to videos, check this playlist next. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.